So let me begin with the New India debates. As Prime Minister says, yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai. Edda niram, edda nalla nirum. This is a good time for the country, and I'd like to go through the first presentation, which is the most important to all of us, the women. I would like to first thank the Honorable Prime Minister and the other Member of Parliaments who have supported the Nari Shakti Vandan legislation, and they have passed it in the Parliament. The wait for the last 3 decades of giving women reservation in the Parliament and in the Assembly segments is over. Finally, we have got 33% reservation for women in the Parliament and in the legislative assemblies. And this is the photograph of Prime Minister Modi with the Member of Parliament after the passage of the bill at midnight on 21st. Next, please. If we have to go through this, I hope it is readable for you on the screen. Let me say this way. When we came into power in 2014, Prime Minister talked about his government will be known for the upliftment of women and the downtrodden people who are not given enough importance in the last so many years, but they need hand-holding. And I can say here, from socio-economic development of the women to the political empowerment of the women, we have walked the talk in the last 9 years. And this graph will show you how from empowering daughters to the leadership roles and the trendsetters we have reached. Next, please. The struggle of women, it started with the start of the day. Well, with the lack of toilets, you could see millions of people go out, and the open defecation was a big problem. At the same time, it was unhygienic. It has raised many health issues, and for women, it was more of dignity as well. In a city like Coimbatore, we may not realize this, but realize it just for one day. If this institute do not have a toilet, how do we stay here from morning till evening? And there are lakhs of schools in this country where they did not have the toilet facility also. There are millions of houses in the country which did not have the toilets also. And that is where the problem arises for the girl child. After 5th class, they stopped going to schools. That was the basic case. And if you look at the WHO reports, with the lack of the toilet facilities, lakhs of women died, the pregnant women to others, because of the lack of the facilities. Next, please. And the figures also show us that how by building crores of toilets has helped women giving more hygienic conditions, making close to 3 lakh panchayats, 3 lakh villages open defecation free, and giving more dignity to the women. If you look at this program from the developing years, the Prime Minister in 2014 started the program Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, save the girl child, educate them. And in the last 9 years, what we have seen, ma'am, the next 2 states to Delhi, Haryana and Punjab, they had 840 girls against 1,000 boys. So 843 girl child in Haryana and about 830 in Punjab. In last 9 years, you won't believe the number have come to, in Punjab, 990 girl child, and in Haryana it has crossed 1,000 mark. That is the remarkable figure. How the girl child has been saved. Apart than that, if you look at the programs, from Poshan Abhiyan, fight against malnourishment, to the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, when the girl child is born, few thousand rupees is deposited in her account, and when she grew up at the age of 18 and 21, she get back more than 1 lakh rupee back. And as far as the other programs are concerned from the new education policy, which we have been waiting for the last 3 decades. Now we have the new education policy, which is more comprehensive. I'll come back on that. And various other schemes to make the girl child an aspiring learner, a better education. And I can proudly say today, looking at the numbers here also in Tamil Nadu, ma'am, in the STEM, from the science, technology and engineering and mathematics, you could see the number of girl child is 43%, which is extraordinary. I think that is the way forward. We see a lot of students, especially the girl child, is coming forward. And if I have to talk about sports, in Haryana last year when we had the Khelo India Youth Games, 12 national records were broken and 11 were broken by the girl child. In Madhya Pradesh, 25 national records were broken and 21 were broken by the women sports person. The number says it all. And if I have to talk about Chandrayaan 3, have you heard the name of the scientist? Do you know the name? Nigar Shahji from Tamil Nadu shared the dais with ISRO chairperson S. Somnathan when he announced the successful launch of Aditya L1 solar mission. And one after another, even the IIT enrollment, you will find a lot of girl child in that area. In India, majority of the women, they didn't go for the institutional delivery. But in the last 9 years, we have given incentives and created facilities also. Today, we have more than 94% institutional deliveries across the country, where the child is also saved and mother life is also saved. And the figure says is all. Look at the numbers. Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, we have over 3.6 crore accounts and a saving of close to 2 lakh crore rupees. And if you look at the gross enrollment ratio of the girl in schools, which has increased also, and overall sex ratio, the number says it all. It was 940 in 2011. It has gone up to 1020 in 2023. This I have already highlighted that how the numbers have, shows that the women are doing extremely well. I just want to highlight here whether it is Tamil Nadu or whether it is my state Himachal Pradesh. You pick up any program where, as an annual function of any educational institute, when you're giving away the prizes, whether in the field of sports or education, among the 10 students, 7 are girl child on an average. So that is what the girls have done in the last so many years. Next, please. These all schemes from Nirbhaya Fund to the one-stop center, so that any woman who is facing any kind of harassment can reach out to this center. All kind of facilities are given. Self-defense classes have been made the part of the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. One nation, one emergency number, 112 is available. Any one of you, if in need of any urgent help, can dial this and that could be provided. The Ujjwala scheme. Now the Women Day, as I earlier said, starts with going out to relieve themselves, to collecting wood or buying coal to cook food, or to fetching water. They have to walk few kilometers. This is the case in majority of the India. And the numbers will tell you, in 2014, the total LPG cylinder connection number was 14.5 crore. Today it stands at 33 crores. So the majority of the Ujjwala gas connection, which is close to 9.6 crore, has been given free of cost, with the first cylinder given free by the government of India. That on one hand saved their time, but also provided them clean cooking. giving them better health facilities as well. On the water side, Jal Jeevan Mission have helped them by saving their time not to go to the well or to the nearby rivers. By Nal Se Jal, the potable water has been given to them in their houses. About 13 crore such connections are given in the last 3 years, whereas in last 70 years there were only 9 crore connections. But here is the Modi government which has given 13 crore new connections. Next, please. Now, this also on the health side, on one hand, by the Ujjwala gas connections, this has helped. Here, the Ayushman health card has given a new lease of life for everyone. The poor people always find it difficult to go to the private hospitals because they can't afford it. On one hand, we have provided the affordable healthcare across the country, raising the number of AIMS hospital from 7 to 22, and also there were only 600 medical colleges in the country. Prime Minister Modi has opened 700 new medical colleges in last 9 years alone. And Ayushman Bharat card, it gives you the facility of free treatment up to 5 lakh rupees, and there are 60 crore beneficiaries of this scheme in the last 9 years. This scheme is a great success. Also, the various such programs where sanitary napkin, for example, most of the women couldn't afford it in the rural India. Now, making it for just 1 rupee per sanitary napkin has made it more affordable, and the Jan Aushadhi Kendra across the country provide it at the cost of 1 rupee. Now, from the Swachh Bharat Mission, these are the benefit. If you glance, take a glance at this slide, how the Mudra Yojana has helped. There are 43 accounts, the 43 Mudra crore loans have been given, and 70% loans are taken by the women. So there's more women entrepreneurship with the Mudra loan availability. And we have seen the success rate as they are paying well in time. Majority of the people raised an issue, why do Indians need bank accounts? When Prime Minister Modi started that in 2014, that every individual should have a bank account, they raised the question, why? Why do poor need a bank account? I'll come to that in the next slide or maybe in the next presentation, where it is clearly shown that 50 crore bank accounts were opened in the last 9 years, and the poor people of the country, which never had the access to banks, have deposited more than 2 lakh crore rupees in those 50 crore accounts. So that money came into the circulation and is available for the banking system. Now, looking at the other schemes from Awas Yojana, 40 million new houses are made. 4 crore new houses are given, and 75% houses are registered in the name of women, and rest of them are in the dual registry in the name of husband and wife as well. So all these schemes have given a better life to the woman. She could save more time, utilize her time in a better way. Her ease of living has been achieved through all these schemes. Entrepreneur Spirit Mudra Yojana has given, and other schemes like India. This has actually helped women getting from 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupee without a collateral free loan, which is helping them to become entrepreneur, and their income is increasing with each passing day. There are thousands and thousands of such success stories across the country, and we could see the SHG numbers in the next slides. So this one. So 80% beneficiaries under the Stand Up India are women. This is for the SC, ST and women. So I think the woman has taken the advantage of this, and the people from the society which has not been given enough importance in the initial years after independence, they are getting a lot of benefit, and they're also gaining the advantage of these schemes. Next, please. Self-help groups in 2014, only 2.35 crore self-help groups were there. Now we have women membership has gone up to 9 crore. So from 2.35 crore members to 9 crore members says that actually self-help groups can play a very, very important role in empowering women economically and also socially as well. And Prime Minister Modi has made a commitment that he will make at least 2 crore women the Lakhpati women, Lakhpati Didi as he said in Hindi, that they will earn at least 1 lakh rupee in the coming couple of years, and they will also be given the drone technology training, and 15,000 drones will be provided to them so that they can become entrepreneurs, and they can also repair and maintain those drones as well. Now, when you see a woman in the uniform, me being a part of the territorial army, I'm a serving officer as a captain in the territorial army. Anyone who is wearing the uniform, they can feel the difference. You know, it's a different kind of feeling. You can, by wearing that uniform, your commitment goes to the next level where you even feel like that if the opportunity comes, we can sacrifice our life for the country as well. And when we see the woman in that uniform, I could hear the remarks made by the President Sisi of Egypt, President of Egypt, when he talked to Prime Minister Modi, that the world talks about women empowerment. While during your Republic Day parade, I could see women doing, leading the parade, doing the cultural activities, and majority of the things has been done, the exhibition has been done by the women. He said this is not women empowerment, but this is women-led empowerment, what the Prime Minister Modi speaks time and again. So next, please. So we must be proud that in every section of our forces, whether it is the armed or navy or the air force, we have women leading from the front. They have been given the leadership roles as well. And we must be proud that the world's largest pilots, the women pilots, are in India now. That is another milestone, the achievement what Indians have. So look at the SWAT numbers, special weapons and tactics. 36 to 1500 enrollment of girls in the Sainik schools, 10,400 women officers, which is the 3 times increase in last 9 years. Now, when I talked about the Nari Shakti Vandan bill, this is what I was trying to tell you. In 2009, we had only 59 women Lok Sabha MPs. Today, we have 78 women Lok Sabha MPs. But after this reservation, we will have at least 181 women MPs in the Parliament of India. Not only this, we have the highest number of women ministers under the Prime Minister Modi's government. We have 46% elected representative in the rural India, which are women. But in my state of Himachal Pradesh, we have 50% reservation for women. And let me say this, we started it in year 2000. After 23 years, I can say they have not limited themselves to 50%. They are 60% today after each election. So the number is increasing with each election. So from Chandrayaan 3, it's a great success for the country. Is it? Do you think Chandrayaan 3 is a great success? Do you think we should give credit to our scientists? Do you think the Prime Minister Modi, who increased the budget from 5,400 crore rupees to 12,500 crore rupees and also opened up the space sector for the private sector, and we have the private entrepreneurs and the startups working with the ISRO is helping the young India? Do you think that's the right step? Do you think that there should be more opening up of this sector as well? More and more people wants to become scientists. The new India can do it. Chandrayaan 3 is a great success, but at the same time, in the previous slide, if you could see, 54 scientists are the women scientists. Look at this. The nearly 54 female engineers and scientists contributed to the Chandrayaan mission. This says it all. That you pick any sector, women are doing extremely well. And I'm sure in the coming years, they're going to do well in the parliamentary and the assembly reservations also, in other sectors of the life. Who is the Finance Minister of India? Nirmala Sitharaman ji. And she is from Tamil Nadu. Who is the President of India? Shrimati Draupadi Murmu. So from the Finance Minister to the President of India, you could see women all over. And who is the principal of PSG? And who is hosting this event? From you talk about it, women everywhere. I think that is the way forward. And let us go to the next slide. Quickly, let us go through this. Nari Shakti Bandhan Bill, I have already addressed. Next, please. Next. Now, Khelo India scheme. Sports is very important. When I talk about Tamil Nadu has done extremely well in some parts of the sports. Can you take few names of the sports person from Tamil Nadu? Anyone who played in the Tokyo Olympics? Any member? Table tennis player Sharad Kamal and G. Satyan, table tennis player. Do you want to say more names? Take a few more names. Varun Ashok Thakur and K.C. Ganpati in sailing. Nethra Kumnan in sailing. From this side, can you take any name, a woman Olympian who has done well in the fencing? Yes, she is right, Bhavani Devi. And in athletics, 4 into 400 relay, Rajiv Arokia. One after another, you will see a lot of athletes from Tamil Nadu have also come up. And if you look at the slide, could you recognize the face on the top? 3 out of 7. Do you know who is she? She has won the first medal at Tokyo Olympics. Weightlifting. Mirabai. Is she Mirabai Chanu? Are you sure? And if you look at the number in participation of women in the Olympics, in 2012 we have only 23, in 2020 we had 52. That is how India has progressed. And 23 out of 61 medals are won by women in the Commonwealth Games recently. So let me say this here, one after another, you will see in any area, any sector you pick, women are doing extremely well. And 3,146 women athletes are training under the promotional schemes of Sports Authority of India, which is run by the Government of India. If you look at the about 10 sections given here, let us first come to the first section. Next, please. So, how many of you believe in the digital India? Anyone believes in digital India revolution? Do you think the digital India may help India to move forward? Do you think it will bring in more efficiency, effectiveness, transparency into the working of the governments or the system? Do you think it will bring in more transparency and accountability in the governance system? Do you use technology as far as your education is concerned? Do you think e-education can work? E-healthcare can work? Do you think digital payments can work? How many of you make the digital payments through your mobile phones? Say about 80% plus. So, if you have to go through this, the digital India revolution, how it started. Because Prime Minister Modi always believed in transparency. And for transparency, first you have to start with using technology. Jandhan, Aadhaar, and mobile. I'll come on that also. You call it Jam Trinity. How that has helped us to bring in a better delivery mechanism, how to ensure the last mile delivery that we have ensured to, you know, deliver the benefits to the beneficiary, ensure that. For that, the bank accounts were very, very important. Second, their identity was very, very important. So the bank accounts were opened, Aadhaar cards were given. Now, how do you help them to take the advantage of that? A mobile connections were given, it is much cheaper, the data is much, much cheaper in India. And how a poor person can also use data in this country. We are one of the cheapest data providers in the entire world. Next, please. Now, if you look at the pendency rate, that has come down with the e-files. Earlier, there was low penetration of the internet. Now it has increased. We have millions and millions of internet users in the country. And there was a, you know, time lag in the delivery of services that has come down. And earlier there was millions of fake accounts where the benefits were taken away by the middlemen, where the actual beneficiary never existed. But with the fake accounts, they used to siphon off the funds by giving them bank accounts and by doing the DBT transfers. It helped to transfer the money within few minutes to their bank accounts and also save government more than 2,70,000 crore rupees in last few years, in last 5 years, if I may say, after opening the bank accounts and after starting the DBT. That is how the technology helps us. Now, India is known as a global digital leader. How India has become the global digital leader? The digital payments made across the world, 46% share globally is from India. Well, there was a question mark raised by Mr. P. Chidambaram in the parliament when we started this, and he said, "What is digital India?" If you have to go to any uh, small shop and you have to say that I'm buying something for 8 rupees 50 paisa, how are you going to transfer that? Today that is possible. You do it digitally. They never believed in empowering the common man, but here we have empowered them also and we have ensured the last mile delivery as well. And if you look at the e-Jeevan Praman Patra to the common service centers, we have more than 5 lakh common service centers across the country. We have close to 1.8 crore farmers who are using the e-NAM facility, National Agriculture Marketplace. And also we have more than 627 crore plus documents delivered digitally through the DigiLocker. How many of you are using the DigiLocker? Anyone using the DigiLocker? Wow, that's a good number. And National Scholarship Portal, we have more than 8.89 crore application verified on this portal. So this clearly shows that how India is quickly moving towards the digital side and how it has actually helped India to deliver better. GST. What is GST? Do you pay GST or do you save GST? At times, the shopkeeper also tells you if you pay in cash, you don't have to pay GST. But if we don't pay taxes, then how do we build a better India? How do we provide the facilities what we have given to the poor and marginal people in this country? The upliftment of poor happened in last 9 years. 185 million Indians have come out of the poverty line in last 9 years alone. This clearly shows that the delivery, the last mile delivery, which is ensured by the Prime Minister Modi by using the right technology, as he rightly mentioned in 2014, that reform, perform, and transform. He has brought in reforms and that has improved the performance of the government and transformed the lives of the people in this country. I am here to tell you that how good governance can change the shape of the society and the country in just few years, and how a full majority government can take such bold decisions which others were afraid of bringing in the GST. They shied away the previous governments from bringing in GST. They shied away from giving the women reservation to them. They shied away from the abrogation of the Article 370 and 35A. They shied away from bringing the Triple Talaq Bill. But if we have a strong leader, what Prime Minister Modi has shown, and how you ensure the last mile delivery, and how you ensure to bring the G20 presidency to India, and to have a very successful G20 with the New Delhi Declaration, which is a grand achievement of our country under the able leadership of Prime Minister Modi. You know, this declaration was not easy to bring so many people on this, but I'll come back to GST. What has changed after GST? One nation, one tax. What has changed? Can anyone give me the numbers? 2 years back, India used to collect, or maybe 2.5 years back, 90,000 crore rupees taxes, indirect taxes per month. Today, the average collection is 1,60,000 crore rupees, which is almost double. That means people are believing in the system, people are believing in the government, and your GST system is actually working. And with the better tax collection, you could see the scale of the schemes, how we have ensured that, because we have blocked the loopholes, we have plugged the loopholes, you know, one by DBTs, direct beneficiaries transfer to their bank accounts. Second, by bringing in GST to raise more taxes. And third, by use of technology. We have not raised the taxes. If you look at the pre-GST taxes, the GST is lower than the pre-GST taxes. Despite that, we have increased the collection. That means it's a better system and working better. Next, please. It's a pro-people reform. Why pro-people, I'll say? Because earlier you used to have the octroi, post and various other taxes from one state to another state. Transportation used to take a lot of time. With the GST, seamless transportation, it has cut down the transportation time by 40%. That means the travel time has cut down, the fuel consumption has cut down, the environment has benefited out of it, carbon emissions are less, fuel consumption is less. Overall, good for the nation, one tax, that is the GST. Next, please. Ease of business. What is ease of business? You know, the issues what we faced before 2014, what were the issues? Indecisive government, where policy paralysis they were known for. They used to take a decision then roll back, unable to decide at times, and full of corruption before 2014. There was lack of innovation as well. Now, when we address those kind of issues, and there were higher taxes during that time, we have addressed all these issues, the compliance to the red tape. Now, look at this very carefully. Prime Minister Modi talked about ease of doing business. We have gone up in the ranking from 143rd position to the 62nd position. That was few years back. There are no rankings now. And we have old and redundant laws are replaced. How many? More than 1700 laws are replaced which were redundant. Compliances were 63,000. It has come down to and brought down by 39,000. And rationalization of taxes I have already mentioned. Economy grows. Has our economy grown? अर्थव्यवस्था में सुधार हुआ है? What is India's economy position now? What is the GDP? Say? Sorry? Fifth. What was our position in 2014? India was among the fragile 5 economies of the world in 2014, but by bringing in reforms, bringing in by technology, bringing in by more confidence in people and ease of doing business, India has moved from the 10th largest economy to the 5th largest economy in the world, from the fragile 5 economies to the first 5 economy of the world. So that is how good governance and the transparent model helps you. That is how technology intervention helps you. That is how clean leadership helps you for the last mile delivery and also ease of doing business to ease of living. Next, please. Now, what is Target Olympic Podium Scheme? Target Olympic Podium Scheme is brought by Prime Minister Modi after 2014. When we couldn't do well in the Rio Olympics, we introduced the Target Olympic Podium Scheme. That how do we reach at the podium? How do we win more medals? Boarding, lodging, training. All the expenses in India and abroad are taken care by the government of India, and the elite athletes apart then get 6 lakh rupees out of pocket allowance from the government of India. The development athlete gets 3 lakh rupees out of pocket allowance, and rest of the expenses are taken care. In the Khelo India accredited academies, 5 lakh rupees is spent on their training and 1,20,000 rupees they get out of pocket allowance. There are 23 National Center of Excellence and 69 site training centers, and India is making 1,000 Khelo India centers, but we won't take 10 years to make that. We're going to finish 1,000 Khelo India centers in this year only in 2023 and dedicate it to the country. Do you know her? Shuttler, PV Sindhu. What is her achievement? Olympian? Olympic medalist. Which year? 16 and 21. He is right. Consecutive Olympics. Only woman who has won medal back to back in Rio as well as the Tokyo Olympics is PV Sindhu. Again, a woman sportsperson. Next, please. I can go on the sports achievement because soft power is also very important. When the golden boy of athletics, Neeraj Chopra, he finished the weight of India. We were waiting for more than 121 years to win a gold medal in the field of athletics. And who has done it? Neeraj Chopra has won us the medal in Tokyo Olympics. And he has again done the country proud by winning the many titles, gold in the World Athletic Championship, Diamond League title, Commonwealth Games gold, one after another he has done it. But let me just say one more thing. India, in 60 years in the World University Games, has won only 18 medals in 60 years. But in this year alone, when we went to China to participate in the World University Games, this year we have won 26 medals, including 10 gold medals. That is how India is progressing. These are the figures given which most of you know, that how we have transformed the lives, how the transformative reforms happened in the last 10 years. The figures can say it all, but all I can say is, this is just to lay the foundation for making India a developed country. We have started the Amrit Kal, the 75 years of independence, and the institution have also completed the 75 years of establishment. Let us all commit ourselves and pledge that in the next 25 years, from our journey from Amrit Kal to Swarnim Kal, from the 75th year to the 100th year of independence, we will all make our contribution in one sector or the another. Please pledge yourself to one cause for the next 25 years. Some of you can pledge for the cause of environment, education, healthcare, sports, anything you like, but bring the change in that area. As we say, charity begins at home. Let us start that from ourselves. Let us start that from today. And let us see how we bring change in the next 25 years. Can any one of you take a pledge today that you want to make a contribution in that one sector, at least one sector, where you want to bring the change? Any one of you who wants to make a pledge and contribute in the next 25 years? Anyone wants to contribute? So 60%, 70% are willing to contribute. Thank you so much. Today, India is moving fast towards not only as the GDP numbers, not only the number of roads what we are making. If I have to run you through the glance of what we have done, till 2014, India had 7 AIIMS. Today we have 22 AIIMS hospitals. Till 2014, we have 600. Till 2014, we had 600 medical colleges. In last 9 years alone, we have made 700 new medical colleges. Till 2014, we have 7 IIT and 7 IIMs. Now we have 16 and 14 IIT and IIMs. Till 2014, we have 3 lakh kilometers of rural roads. In last 9 years alone, we have built 4 lakh 20,000 kilometers new roads. Till 2014, we have 74 airports, but in last 9 years, we have built 75 new airports. Till 2014, we had only 5 cities connected with the metro train. Today, we have more than 15. Till 2015, we were making half a kilometer of metro network. Today, we are making more than 1.5 kilometers per day. I can give you numbers one after another, which clearly shows that any sector you pick, there is at least 3x increase. Which is the speed and scale of this government? On one hand, cutting down the compliances for making it ease of living and ease of doing business. On the other hand, ensuring the last mile delivery. And third, bringing in a lot of investment into the country, opening up a lot of areas for young entrepreneurs like you to become entrepreneurs, have your own startups. From nowhere in the world in 2014, in 2023, India is the 3rd largest startup ecosystem in the world. We have 107. We have 107 unicorns in the world, in the country today. This shows the power of the youth. You pick up any area from science to sports to cinema to any way. If I talk about cinema, from RRR to KGF to Pushpa to others, these films have done extremely well, not regionally, not nationally, but internationally and globally. These have done extremely well. That shows the power of India.
Can we have some questions from the audience, please? Any of the students who would like to ask a question to sir?
So, since India, agriculture is the backbone of Indian economy, how has artificial intelligence, coming, or how is our Indian farmers or towards artificial intelligence or using artificial intelligence in the agriculture sector?
Thank you for raising this question. One, if you look at today, the soil health card is also very important. You must know what your soil can produce, what are the best agriculture produce or the horticulture produce could be for the soil. The first thing is the soil health card. Now, millions of soil health card are being made across the country in each state. With the new technology, you don't have to wait for a few weeks, but with the use of technology, you can use it get the result in couple of hours time. That is one. Second, technologically, many such options are available on site also, and through the agriculture officers, where they help you and guide you what kind of crop should be planted, and what is right for the soil. Third is the use of technology as far as the fertilizer spray is concerned. In the larger fields where we do it manually as of today, with the intervention of drone that is being used to spray the fertilizer. But I personally feel artificial intelligence can help you in many areas. But the research is still going on, it is still new in the many sectors. But agriculture is one sector which is very important for a country like India with 1.4 billion population. If you look at the numbers, it has gone up as far as the produce is concerned. So I think technology intervention in any field. But apart than the artificial intelligence, one area which I would like to address here is less and less fertilizer should be used, because that is damaging the soil. We should move towards the natural farming, which could help us, giving us better rates and also a more hygienic conditions to live and eat healthy food as well.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm R. Vihas from BCom CS. Sir, my question is, India has more sports like track sports and racket sports. So my question is, like motor sports, which has been dead in India for last decade, sir. The last time when F1 came to India was 2013. So the question is, India is seeing motorsports as an entertainment rather than sports, sir. So what is your vision about bringing back motorsports to life?
I think you have raised a very relevant question. As in the last 7-8 decades, major focus was on field sports or the indoor games. Motorsports never got that kind of attention. First, the infrastructure was not there. Second, you didn't have the champions at that time. But the Formula One track, which was built at the Buddh circuit in Noida, Greater Noida, that was one of the finest tracks built about a decade back. Now, Naran Karthikeyan is also building something next door in Coimbatore to train a lot of people here as the future leaders. Today, what is it, 23rd? The MotoGP has started from 22nd to 24th. That is another big step in that direction of the motorsports. MotoGP is happening in Greater Noida. So I think the time has come where is more awareness about this sport. Where the Formula One happened about a decade back, but Formula E1 has happened recently in Hyderabad. So I think one after another game is happening. You will say that there was not enough emphasis on other sports than cricket in the past few years. But look at the other sports like wrestling, boxing, badminton to others, or athletics maybe of late, have done extremely well. I think two things are very important. One is building the infrastructure. Second, to have enough spectators to see that, because you need audience, you need a lot of people to motivate the players. And third is the champion players. So one after another, those are happening in many fields, and I'm sure in motorsports that will also happen. As far as government is concerned about the sports facilities, I think the motorsports need a lot of hand holding when they need to get a lot of cars into the country, or the gears into the country, or the fire equipment into the country. That is very important, and at that stage some policy intervention is required. And if the concerned motor association, if they come forward, the federation come forward, we'll try and help them.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Gautam. I'm pursuing my second year of commerce. My question is that with respect to your fact, which you said earlier, 62% of India's population is about majority of youth. Most of the youth population have minimal interest towards politics, the major politics. Why do you think it's that? And how can we draw youth into politics more further?
I think this is a good sign and good to hear that a lot of people wants to join politics. Few years back, when you used to talk about politics, they used to look at it and all this. This is not clean area to be in. But the things have changed in last few years. You look at this field where you can come and contribute. It's a big platform where you can work for every section of the society. You can be instrumental in the policy making. You can be instrumental in the last mile delivery. So I think for young people like you, first you need to identify a political party, maybe your role, whether you want to be in the organization or you want to contest. And second, what should be your role? There are many roles in the organization also. So which role can suit you, whether as an activist or whether be as a media panelist, or maybe the building the organization or the social service. At times it is not necessary to come into politics, but you can do the social service. Pick one area and pledge yourself that we have to bring that change. But at times when you're doing that without any interest to get into politics, many people look at your work, what you have done for the society, and they look for good people like you. If you're making or bringing that change in the society, they try and get those kind of people from various walks of life, from the teaching to the trade unions to the environmentalists to the farmer unions to such other areas, running NGOs to the media guys also. So depending in which area, what kind of contribution are you making, that also helps. But at the same time, if you pick up any political party with which ideology you align with, I think you must go ahead as early as possible. That will give you an early platform to get into the system.
सही समय है